The news and views expressed herein are the sole property of Kenosha Today. Certain portions of this program may be unsuitable for children, sensitive adults, small animals, and the general public. Viewer discretion is advised. What do you think, Uncle Scottie?
Oh, kick the can.
We're back in the saddle here.
Wait till the horse starts moving.
Yep.
Well, I'm not a crook.
I think we missed something.
There we go. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scottie Barter, along with Elmo the Insane Schneider, and welcome to the September 26th edition of the Kenosha Today Saturday Morning Breakfast Club. Again, we are coming to you live and local this morning from the Barter Manor studio, streaming live across the very sun-drenched cornfields of the Midwest and to everyone all around the world. We're brought to you by our sponsors this morning, the Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. We remain committed to the great city of Kenosha and continue to broadcast live and local, bringing you the best in up-to-date news, weather, sports, and entertainment. And we had a little problem last week. Well, we didn't have a show because Elmo gave up.
My daughter got married last week, so everything worked out just fine. It was a wonderful ceremony and everything.
Well, what we had done with good intentions, we took the camera to a Friday afternoon production meeting, set it up on the end. We might have had 7 people.
Yeah, good crowd there.
Good crowd, and everybody talking their normal, sophisticated nonsense.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it was just too much loud noise.
There's too much background noise to really tell what was
So,
going on. So
we are going to do that again, but we're going to have to bring in some separate microphones.
got a little audio work to do on that.
But
so.
the video turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it was okay.
all right.
Yep.
So at any rate, if you want to watch the replay of all this, with the exception of that, because we just decided to scrap that, and you no longer have to wait for a specific time like back in the old days. You just go to KenoshaDayBreakfastClub.com, right?
No, Kenosha Today.
I still don't get that right.
No, you can go to Kenosha Today with Scott Barter on Facebook or Kenosha Today Breakfast Club on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
If you just search Kenosha Today Breakfast Club, it'll show up on Google
All right.
or on YouTube.
And speaking of Facebook, everybody can sign up, and with thousands of our fans have joined the Kenosha Today Nation and liked us on Facebook.
Yeah, I got to come up with some new material for that. I did a lot more when I was with the radio show, but I've been slacking off. So we'll get
slacking?
some stuff. Yeah.
What have you replaced your time with? We don't need to know, right?
I've been a little busy lately, you know. That's
It's like K-Dog when he's retired. This is almost his second year, and he says, well, I'm very busy. Do I want to go cut the yard today? It's 70 degrees. The sun's out. Well, I'll do it tomorrow. The grass will still be there,
Yeah, that's right.
It is 67 degrees here in the Kenosha Today Nation this morning. For those in the stock market, about even. We had some plus and minus, still averaging about 27,000, which is good. And so, Elmo, with that, the Kenosha Today Saturday Morning Breakfast Club starts right now. All right, I'm going to start with the lead with a cute story, true story that happened to me this week. I was ill for a couple of weeks. I was on my deathbed. My boathouse was closed and had nothing to do with the riots. But at any rate, I'm sitting having dinner in my kitchen, and it's about 6:30, going on 6:45.
You were awake that long?
Yeah, I was dropping my nose in my soup. But here, the doorbell rings, and there's these 4 little kids with rakes on their shoulders. And I'm thinking, these guys can't be rioters or protesters.
You never know.
And he says, hey, mister, can you need somebody to rake your leaves in your front yard? I said, well, there's nothing there quite yet, but come back in a couple of weeks and we'll work out. So they start walking away. And I said, by the way, these guys are short. How old are you boys? He said, 8 years old. My point is, I thought that was here. It's almost dark, and they could go to this neighborhood unsupervised at 8 and go door to door and try to make a buck. I mean,
kid's got a future. You know what you could have had him do is hose down your driveway. You got some birds in your tree with some digestive problems, I think. So
well, I didn't think I should give him the keys to the riding lawnmower or the blower, and I'll never see that again. But anyway, I thought I'd share that with something different because now I can get into beat the hell out of people. This was disturbing to me. This was a big front page in the Kenosha News. When was it?
No, it was the
Wednesday.
front page of the local.
Oh yeah, right. This was the
Was
front
not
page
on
of the
the
local
front
page. A look back at the Jacob Blake shooting. I'm thinking immediately, we don't want to look back. Our town is so
we want to go forward.
Yeah.
We want to forget about this stuff.
devastated with what's going on here in the last month. I don't want to look back. I want to go forward. And like I discussed, if this is all you folks got to show, well, go find something else because this I was troubled by that. That just really teed me off. And then of course we had the Department of Justice brought in a guy, which the former
Police chief of Madison, Noble Ray, probably the most liberal police chief in the entire state, but which means only one thing.
Quittal.
Yeah, the investigation found they're not going to bring any charges, so they brought this guy in to,
Yeah.
to mediate things there. So
Well,
that's what's going on.
He's a consultant the last 6 or 7 years to consult on issues of extreme force. And so we're going to see how that works out. But I have a gut feeling that the guy's going to probably get fired. And like the one cop in Louisville, what did they get charged with? It was kind of a misdemeanor type of thing.
Oh, the one guy got charged with reckless endangerment of safety because he fired his gun recklessly.
Right.
And a bullet went through the wall into another apartment. So it had nothing to do with the people that were there.
So I mean, this is our justice system.
Yeah.
And people are innocent until we prove them guilty.
That's right.
And there's a thing, Elmo.
Remember they used to have this thing called lynch mobs that would
Yeah.
go out. What do you think we got right now? So that's
Well, there's a thing called evidence.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going by the evidence, and don't go by social media because I've heard 30 different versions, even after seeing the video that was on Facebook. I saw all the different comments. I'm thinking, geez, are these people looking at the same thing that I am?
Yep.
But
remember the Clint Eastwood movie Hang 'Em High, where they hung the wrong guy and then he went back after all the guys that hung him. So.
as long as we're on that, our good friend Kevin Matheson got hit with a federal
The
lawsuit.
continuing saga of our friend Kevin. So.
Well, you know what they got. Now this is in federal court, so like Emma suggested before we started, this is going to take 6 months, and even though this is a civil lawsuit, I'm going to speculate that they might charge him with some kind of crime.
Well, it's totally separate. I'm sure.
I understand.
The federal authorities are investigating this whole thing, and it's bringing people across state lines for the purpose of inciting insurrection. So that's kind of what the charge would be.
Well, the right now skid, his lawyer got a 2-week delay to extradite him.
Yep.
Avoiding extradition, I don't know how he's going to do that, but I think once they get him here to Wisconsin to save his own ass, I think he's going to start singing. He says, "Oh, we're going to hear a different story." My guess is so. We'll have to follow.
They've actually put together some good videos that lay everything out, that show everything pretty well. That
again, you hear
it looked like one of those guys actually shot at him before he shot back. So
you hear a muzzle flash or something. Yeah. So let's let the authorities do their
sort it
job.
out. Let them do their job.
You know, they got videos and they got witness statements, and unfortunately, this whole thing, 2 people are dead.
Yep.
And one guy got wounded, but that's no reason. And we don't want people carrying AK-47s and M16s
No.
in the streets of Kenosha.
No, not at all.
And when a guy like Madison tells the chief of police, "Hey, I got 3,000 guys ready to help out," and he said, "Don't bother. Well,
It's not your
come on.
job.
It's not your job." Getting back to something a little bit easier, trick or treat this year. I'm glad to see that the city of Kenosha announced their trick or treat. It's going to be on. Where it was right here.
So it's going to be on Halloween.
Yeah,
Saturday
Halloween.
night.
Yeah, no, but it's going to be during the day. Or I thought it was during the day.
Did you order those extra alligators for the moat here at Barter Manor?
Yes. Yeah, so it's going to be on the 31st, and I thought it was during the afternoon. That's a Saturday, I believe.
Yeah, they usually do it 4 till 7 or something like that. So.
And
It's a Saturday and a full moon, so all the crazies are going to be out on Halloween this year. Plus, it's right before the election.
well, a lot of these guys have a lot of stake in the election. So if you're thinking of coming to Mr. Barter's neighborhood, I just want to warn you that the moat around Barter Manor, with the alligators, and we don't feed them for 30 days leading up to this.
Yep.
And we put extra charge, electric charge in the concertina wire, and each guard in the tower gets a bullet. So even though it's a puff bullet, but don't be coming to Mr. Barter's neighborhood or Barter Manor looking for candy. Now, Pleasant Prairie is going to have theirs on the following Sunday, the previous Sunday, on October 25th from 3 to 6. And I tried to look up if Summers is going to have a trick or treat, and I can't find it. So, for all you snot-nosed little kids out in Summers, don't come here, because we are out.
Hey, they get to double dip. They get candy in the parade, don't they? So
we didn't have a
we
parade.
didn't have a parade. Oh,
however,
God, they missed out.
however, you know what I could do, Elmo? I got a couple bags of 2-year-old candy. I could just put out there and help yourself. And I have these.
You'll get sued. They'll break a tooth on a 2-year-old Tootsie Roll. So that's.
Or I could have K-Dog and Jay line up, put on costumes and toss some candy down down the driveway. Here's a couple things that are troubling in the city council. They approved a bus route to go specifically 2 times out and 2 times back, obviously, to Amazon at a cost of some $100,000, and some of it's grant money. I get that, but this only affects 10 people. No, I'm not sure. Grant money is just coming out of the city. It's coming out of my other pocket.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
So,
what difference does it make?
We're going to spend $120,000 to provide transportation for 10 people. Heck, it would be cheaper to give them Uber passes.
Yep.
And let Amazon
That's
do that.
right.
Why
Buy them a
should-
car.
Yeah. You got one to sell?
Actually, I do.
Yeah. One call, that's all. Let's make a deal.
The blonde lady might be buying it.
The push, pull, and drag promotion. At any rate, I'm not for that deal. And so then, there was another thing for the city. They were going to spend. This was a ordinance revision that the city is proposing changes to the cabaret license. So let's just take an example, like the Boathouse, for example. Mm-hmm. And let's say they pay, I don't know what they pay, but let's assume because they have bands and they have to pay because they have all the machines, let's say $300 a year. And they have to apply for a cabaret license. Now, under this proposal, they have to submit a business plan.
No, it's not a business plan. It's an operational plan. That was clarified too.
Yes, my mistake.
It's not a business plan.
Right. Operational plan and also a security plan. Mm-hmm. And so for those places that have bands, well, your operational plan. See, when I was we had.
Well, they're going to get a lot of that. One of the stupidest things I saw there is that if near your place of business, if a car parks illegally, say blocking the crosswalk or something like that, you have to have something in there how you're going to deal with it. Number one, how do you even know that person is in your place? Why do you have to deal with it? You know my plan for that is call the cops and have them come and give them a ticket. That's it. So,
here's another example of.
But why is it up to that owner's? They could be at some guy's house next door or something like that. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard of.
Well, this is more of government getting into your...
Right.
And I can tell you who it is, the council president. They want to do this. And I know why, because we've had certain places that have had bands and they've had shootings and knifings.
Well, they've had DJs, they haven't had bands.
Yeah. Well, they've had music and they bring in the wrong element.
Right.
All right, but why are you going to penalize 98% of the good businesses
That's right.
for doing this? Now, when we had this talk about a business plan, when you go to the bank, there is a difference.
No, it's an operational plan.
A business plan, you'd have to list your income and receipts and et cetera. And this is an operational plan.
No, this is just how are you going to handle,
right.
You got somebody that's overserved in the bar, what are you going to do about that? But, but I thought this thing with the car, it's outside your premises. So, unless... Oh, you got a problem in your if you own a parking lot, yes, okay, then you deal with that. But parked out on the street, how do you even know who the person is?
Here's a perfect example. K-Tech is now in the old McKinley Middle School building. Mm-hmm. I think it's between 34th and 35th.
33rd and 34th.
Well, a friend of mine lives...
My kids went to school there when it was still McKinley.
A friend of mine lives on 34th, and they don't have busing. Everybody has to bring their kids there. So she can't even get out of her in the afternoon, her driveway, because people are parked right there.
Right. The streets are very narrow there, and
They were never meant for having parking.
no.
So what she did is they called the traffic control person from the city. They wrote about 7-10 tickets. The next day she goes up to the principal. What happened? Here they all ripped up, sitting, they didn't do anything. Now what they should do there is just put parking on one side of the street and not the side of the streets with the houses. I mean, you can't.
No, parking it's there is only on one side of the street.
Oh,
These people are parking where they're not. They're
Right.
sitting in their cars where they're not supposed
Right,
to be.
yeah.
See, there's that no sitting or parking, sitting or standing or whatever the heck one of those signs say at any time.
just because it's K-Tech and.
Yeah, you can't sit there in your car because you're blocking. The streets are so narrow. If you got a car parked on the other side of the street, you're blocking the whole street. If you're on the other side,
Here's another thing. As long as I'm on a city rampage, it was announced the city council authorized spending $250,000 to help refurbish Wolf and Buttle Park. Apparently, they want to expand a little bit and they want to redo the trellises. You know, Wolf and Buttle Park is south of the marina, and there's some plants. It's a nice little walkway.
it's very nice down there.
However, we've got what do you call potholes the size of football fields, and I'm all for sprucing up the park, but let's take care of our priorities.
Speaking of potholes, we got a caller here, Scottie. So okay.
Go ahead.
Good morning. You're in Kenosha today.
Good morning, senor.
How are you today, Gunga?
I am downtown looking at the honey bunnies over here on Grand Avenue in front of the, where am I today? The Starbucks.
You're supposed to be
Oh,
working.
there's some nice ones here.
You're supposed to be working.
I am working.
Yeah.
How much of these?
I'm working on getting lucky.
Lucky would be the operative word there. How much do these gals charge?
I think even you could get laid down here, Mr. Barker.
No, Uncle Scottie's on a new dating site. You know that?
What's that?
No, I'm not aware of it.
Bovinesingles.com.
Fine.com?
Yeah.
Bovinesingles.com. That's it.
Hair.com?
Hey, as long as I got you here, and do you have something to bring to the table that's amusing or knowledgeable?
Maybe not. I'll hang up then.
No. Here's a story. A veterinarian reveals game-changing approach to canine care. Somebody's got too much time on his hands. He says a discovery in animal science is causing quite a stir among dog owners nationwide. So I'll go through this other stuff, but this could affect Clyde too, right?
Correct.
So here's how do you know when Clyde is upset, like restless, antisocial, and has got some behavior problems? How do you know that? And what do you do to treat
He
him?
listens to the Kenosha Today Breakfast Club.
That's right.
And then he throws up in your backyard?
Talk about antisocial.
Yes. He starts to urinate on my foot.
What's that gal, Borman? She wrote a book.
Has Shirley called?
Not yet.
You're the first caller today, Gunga. You get the prize.
You know what
Do I get to walk into a grease doorknob and make myself pleasured?
Yeah, you get to back into a grease doorknob. That's it.
I forget this gal's name. Borman, I think was her last name. She wrote a book.
Oh, Mr. Barter, I am looking at a honey right now in a yellow dress waiting for the bus. And I'm telling you right now, her heads are as big as your head.
Where's she going? Which way is she headed? West or?
I don't know. Would you like to find out? I'll be the man about town.
Just don't mention our name. You'll probably get picked up for solicitation.
No, that's true too. She's wearing a mask, so she probably has no teeth.
That.
The rest of her is right up there.
Well, be
in
perfect.
high numerals.
Be perfect for you.
She's too young. She's more your type. More
I've got
like Elmo's type.
I have a Connie for you right here, Gunga. Good morning, Shirley.
You have a what?
Shirley.
Good morning, Shirley.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning, Shirley. I'm looking right at your twin at this very moment.
Really?
Yes. Oh, she's probably a 38, 24, 36.
That's me.
In a nutshell.
How you doing, Ganga and Elmo
I'm
and
doing
Scott?
okay until I
I'm
get
doing good.
flea-bitten show.
I had
Elmo's
some.
okay to talk to, but that Scott Barter, he's something else, you know?
You guys don't care, but I had
If I
some.
didn't have anything better to do, I would just call Elmo, but, you know, unfortunately, Mr. Barter's part of the show.
Well, thank you very
Yeah, he is.
much. You guys
for
don't care
sure.
here
I'm
about.
down
Hey,
here in the loop, and it's got BLM. What is that? Barter Lives Matter all over the place.
No,
don't.
no, we have a new one. BLDM. Barter's life doesn't matter.
Yeah. How's Clyde today? How's Clyde?
Clyde is wonderful. They have in the corners of the buildings. I've noticed there's a lot of human defecation, and it says Scott Barter was here. Is that any indication?
Hey,
Of,
wait a minute. Hey, you
being
two.
down here in the,
Wait a
in the
minute.
city?
Wait a minute. Hold on. You expect me to sit here for the next few minutes and just take this nonsense from you two characters?
Especially since he's paying for the call.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh yeah, oh yes. What does that cost you? About 2 cents a call?
3 a minute.
3 cents a minute per call.
3
I'll mail
cents.
it to you.
Now, so you're both here. I just want to relay to you that for 2 weeks, not this week, but the previous 2 weeks after Labor Day, I was deathly ill.
How are you?
I'm better now, but I didn't.
Deathly ill.
I didn't leave the house. I had this.
No.
You look good. Both of you look very good. The color's good today on the computer. Very
Well,
good.
Almost we're tweaking the lighting and those things, so it's taken us 6 months. But hey, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, right, Gunga?
That's true. Mr. Elmo, how was your daughter's fine wedding?
It was
Oh, yeah.
spectacular. It was very nice. So it was good. Small crowd, but you would like this. You know, at most weddings, they toast the newlywed couple with champagne. At my daughter's, we did shots of Malort.
Oh, look at that.
You familiar with Malort?
Very nice.
You don't know what Malort is, and neither do I. Is it a whiskey brand?
I do.
It's similar to
Yeah,
absinthe.
congratulations to your daughter.
Thank you, Shirley. She was.
Mr. Barter, are you that ignorant you don't know what that is?
I don't drink shots.
Oh, that's true.
If
If it isn't water, you don't drink it. I know.
Well, if it doesn't spell Long Island, in fact, I've cut that way back. I mean, 2 weeks I didn't have. Oh, here's the bad part about this. I go to the doctor and they poke and prod me with a bunch of tests. And so he says, "Now, I asked you in your physical how much alcohol you take every day." And I told him I only take 2 drinks for dinners. And he said, "Well, how many dinners have you had?" So he remembers that. He called me after my physical and he consulted with a couple other doctors. And he said, "Now, cut the BS. Tell me exactly how much you have." And I told him. And he says, "Here's his diagnosis." He gave me some pills because I was having night sweats and some stomach pains. He said, "When you have taken some alcohol most of your adult life," I was in the withdrawals.
That's it.
I had, but
Did he digitally violate you?
not this time. He still had the
That's all
stool.
I was interested in.
He still had my stool samples from 6 months ago, so I didn't have to provide any.
Oh.
That's good. You're not drinking anymore.
Oh,
Oh no! The doctor said I had to start,
You had to start drinking again.
but not to that,
Oh, really?
not to that extreme. But I feel pretty good now. This last week when you
Well,
drink it.
excellent. I'm going to leave you in the fine hands of Dr. Shirley. I have to get back to work. My donut slaves are slowing down.
Hey, are you going to stop up for the Bear game at noon tomorrow?
I'm going to try to make it again. But how was your show last week?
Well, the kind of crapped out.
There was too much background noise to be in.
Oh,
But we're going to do it again eventually.
Dennis was there, and Soon was there.
Captain
and,
Mike.
Captain Mike. And
Bimbo.
that's a nice assortment of crazy people.
yes, it is.
That's a good way to put it. All right.
Have you got a video of it?
Have a wonderful day,
Okay.
gentlemen.
All
All
right.
right. Bye-bye.
Shirley, yeah, we do have a video, but it was just.
There's too much background noise. It was too noisy.
Hi, Gongo. Have a wonderful day, honey. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Bye-bye now.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye, Gonga.
At any rate, we hadn't done this before. We were just going off the camera.
The mic on the
Microphone,
camera. There was
yeah.
too much background noise
And,
to really.
we needed really a handheld mic, and so they could have gotten rid of all that. But we didn't know.
So you can't play the video, right?
Well, it's not worth looking at.
Yeah, it puts us in a bad light, like we don't know what the heck we're doing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well,
Oh well,
we tried.
we're here. We're here. Shirley, you got
You
some?
want the weather?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, hey, wait a minute. Before you get to that, I want to talk to you about the Cubs. It looks like they've clinched a. Here it is. The Cubs clinched a.
They've clinched their buttocks.
Their playoff, and as of this morning, the Reds must have won. They clinched the playoff, and the Brewers are just going in the wrong direction. And
Yep.
I think with the Reds and the Cardinals are tied, but I think the Cardinals have they're going by winning percentages. So if the
Yeah,
Cardinals
they're playing Milwaukee 4 more games.
got 2 today and 2 Sunday,
No, I don't think
So
they
that
played-
ought to help them.
they played a doubleheader yesterday.
Right, and one before. I think they only got 2 games left. They got 2 single games left, and that's it.
But the Reds are only, here's the winning percentage for the Cardinals, .518. The Reds are .517, and it could go right down to,
Brewers are below 500, though.
they're toast. They're out of it. So the Cubs but the Cubs have only played 5. They won 5 and lost 5 in the last 10 games, where the Reds are 8-2 and the Cardinals are 7-3. So I thought we'd expect better
I'm calling
things.
it Dodgers and the Sox in the World Series.
Oh, yeah, the White Sox they're actually in second place as of yesterday. They lost a couple games, and I think they're
Cardinals always get in there somehow.
Yeah, they always do. They're always a spoiler.
Yeah.
Aren't the Cubs and the White Sox playing this?
Yep, yeah, they got crossed down.
Yes, the Cubs
Crosstown
won last
series.
night 10-0.
The Cubs did.
10-0. They
Yeah,
had
they beat 'em.
lost 3 in a row, so it was about time they won yesterday.
Well, I think that put the Sox, from what I understand, the Sox in second place. But this whole thing is here. We got pro basketball. They're still not even to the conference finals. That's going to go for another 3 weeks. And football seems to be working out okay. But anyway, and then you got baseball. The World Series is going to be in Texas, right? It's on a neutral field sometime in November. I didn't know that.
It's
We're-
just good they brought we could watch baseball for a while anyhow.
Yeah, because the World Series is going to be in a
I thought
warm.
it was at Simmons Field here in Kenosha.
Yeah, now that the Kingfish are gone, we'll
Yep.
make some money. All right, Shirley.
There'll be no fans. What difference does it make?
They have any fans anyway. All right, hang on, Shirley. I got to set this up here. Today's Radar Weather is sponsored by Capo Web Design, which is a locally owned web design and development business here in Kenosha, specializing in website design, development, maintenance, site services, and support, who actually designed and is currently developing our site, KenoshaToday.com. So for more information, you can visit capowebdesign.com. And so from the Kenosha Today Weather Deck, we're gonna have to give you I got Sunrise Sammy, but she's in school now, so we'll have to. Sunrise Shirley. Go ahead, Sunrise.
Increasing cloudiness today. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a shower in the p.m. Monday, mostly cloudy. Tuesday, a shower in the area, mostly later. Wednesday, clouds and sun with a shower possible. So it looks like it's going to be pretty cloudy for the next 5 days.
Well, we haven't had any rain in 10 days, have we?
Nope.
I mean, it's slowed the cutting the yard down, but it's the way it is. And the nights are falling below 60 degrees, and we still have a good couple weeks of. We'll get it to an Indian.
You're cutting up pretty bad now.
Oh, we are.
No, on the phone.
Oh, well, you mean you can't hear us?
You're not talking loud enough.
Not too good. No, it's really getting it's not. I can't hear it that good anymore.
Are you on a speaker?
Yes.
Okay, that's the problem because Elmo or
Oh no, I'm on the regular. I'm not on the. I'm not on speaker.
Oh,
No, I'm
okay.
regular.
Okay.
because that was the problem we've had with Gunga when he puts the speaker on, it loses something.
Uh-huh.
On his cell phone.
We can hear you just fine.
Yep.
Good. Now I can hear you a little better. Yeah. No, I'm not on speaker. I'm the
It's
regular.
Gunga's
I'm
fault.
not- when I talk on the radio, I always do not speaker.
That's
All
Gunga works for that evil phone company. He's probably sabotaging it.
All All right, Shirley. Well, you have a nice week, and thank you for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to enlighten us this morning.
Okay, good seeing you, and you both look wonderful.
I'm just as long as
Oh, God, I don't know about that.
well, as long as I'm above ground, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, you look like you're feeling better, Scott. And Elmo, you always look good.
Well, thank you, Shirley.
All right.
Want to go out
Have
on
a
a date?
wonderful weekend.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye.
Oh. Anybody want to give us a call? 262-697-3020. Oh,
There she goes. Okay, I could have cut her off.
all right. We had a couple other things. Anybody wants to call us? Hopefully. I saw Captain Mike yesterday afternoon. He said he was going to call us. He had a guy who's also named, I thought his name was
Fish. Yeah,
Fish.
his buddy Fish was up visiting.
Yeah.
He used to live in Chicago. He
Yeah.
moved way down in downstate Illinois.
Yeah.
So.
come up to see the carnage, you know.
Yeah.
I took a drive down Sheridan Road where that car lot is. Those 50 cars that was burned up, they're still there.
Yeah, I know.
And, you know, people are slowing down. Boy, what a tourist attraction that is. We got all these
Well-
dinosaur museums. They're coming to see the burnt out cars.
That's it.
It's been 4 weeks. And I can
Remember that
always-
Eagles song, Dirty Laundry?
Yeah, right.
The line, it's interesting when people die. Give us dirty laundry. That's the whole thing. So that's,
But I'm wondering what's taking somebody so long. Either there's having problems with the insurance, but eventually there's going to be a time length. It's been 4 weeks. I mean, the city's going to have to go over it. What do you think? And pick those up and charge the guy, put him on his property tax bill.
I don't know how that works at all, but,
Well, we're going to find out. It's just,
you know, if he's working things out, you know, if insurance will even cover it, that's the whole other thing. So,
well, I checked my homeowner's insurance this past week, and it does say it covers civil disturbances or riots and civil disturbances.
right.
And I also contacted the company to get a confirmation because the time to start talking to your insurance is not after the time your house is half blown up. So,
All right, we got somebody here.
all right.
Hey, Captain.
Hello, Scotty. How are you doing?
Well, good. Yourself?
I'm pretty good. Yeah. Oh, Elmo. My pal
Hey,
Fish
Captain.
just left, so I missed most of your show. I had it on, but
Yep.
we're on the back porch.
Captain, I got a joke for you. A pirate walks
Joke
into...
for Fish?
Pardon me?
A joke for
I got a
Fish?
joke for you.
He's got-
It's kind of a surrender the booty joke. That's it. So, you know, it's a pirate walks into a bar and he's got a paper towel on his head. The bartender says, "Why you got the paper towel on your head?" He says, "Arr, I got a bounty on my head."
Bounty. Okay, it's better to have the ship on your head, the bounty. The ship.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you bring friends
It
in
was,
from out of town and you bring them into
Yeah.
the boathouse, how come you don't bring your surrender the booty flag? You don't want them to know that?
My flag?
Yeah, how come you don't bring
They
that
should
in?
know about that.
Well, I only we use it when I'm on the trike. I was driving. I wanted to take Fish to see all them houses and cars that were wrecked with them bloody infidels. You know.
Was he, was
so I had the car.
he impressed?
You know. Pardon?
Hey, did you go down,
I
did you go
What?
down Thursday to the jazz at the Kemper?
you know you're breaking up a little bit at
That
least
was
on my
Tuesday.
phone. Go ahead. Something
It's not
about
your
Okay,
riots.
did
I
you go
was-
down to jazz at the Kemper? I guess it was on Tuesday.
No, I did. You know, I ate all that food at the boathouse. It was pretty good. Then I went home to get my trike or something to go down there or something. Whatever it was, I sat down and I said, "Boy, am I tired."
Okay.
And I didn't feel like I fell asleep.
I just
Yeah, I
wanted
didn't
to, I just wanted to see if anybody was there, and because it was.
Yeah,
in
I went to
mid-September.
58 below yesterday at the yard. That group, Earth Mother, was playing.
Oh,
It was
okay.
really good. It was fun, man.
Yeah, they're
People were
fun.
dancing. It was
Yep.
a good time.
They have a good crowd down there.
Yeah, not too bad.
And-
Yeah,
and they are
Not
playing
a whole
inside.
bunch, but a fair amount. A little bit more than the week before.
There's a movement on that hasn't been proposed yet. It has to go to a reading by, I think it was proposed by our city council president that wants to make wearing masks mandatory until the end of March. Well, like Elmo pointed out, the governor already has another 60 days Why do we need more?
Well,
on
no,
top of this?
he's an illegal 60 days, which on top of the first illegal 60 days.
So that could be tossed
if
out.
any of the Republicans could grow a pair and challenge him on it, we wouldn't have to deal with this crap.
Well, all right, if that's illegal, why is it legal for our city council to do that?
Well,
They
no,
got to enforce it. I don't think they
No,
ever. It's too
the
crazy.
city- the city
Now,
coun-
well, my buddy's LaSalle, Peru. It's 100 miles, Highway 80 or something from Chicago. And he says nobody wears masks. They don't care. They don't enforce anything there where he lives.
Go ahead.
But then in the Chicago area, he says everybody's got the mask on.
Okay.
But now he moved down there, now nobody wears a mask. They don't care.
Okay, hang on for a second. Go ahead. Elmo.
no. The governor's thing would be legal if the Senate and the legislature would approve it. That's
okay.
it. He cannot. He's declared this unilaterally.
Like
it's an executive order. That's what it is. And the same thing.
You can't do it. The
mayor-
legislature, it's got to go through there.
Right. The mayor could not just declare this here in Kenosha. It would need city council approval plus the mayor to sign off on it for the.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think we need. We're going to be at 7.
all I can say.
I hate them. I hate the masks. Man. I got pals of mine. Their masks are so like dirty looking. I think they're sneezing behind their mask.
Oh, yeah.
It can't. I think it'll hurt them worse than not wearing a mask.
Okay, hang
Watch,
on.
the
Hang on just a
directions,
second.
where you're
Well, no,
talking. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm Captain. I'm developing the keister mask. So,
A keister mask?
yep, that's it. So, you know where you wear that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's basically unenforceable. I mean, so I
Is it
thought.
poop?
I-
Is it poop proof?
Wait a minute. I thought Racine tried to do this,
Yep.
and their sheriff said, "No, I'm not going to do this."
No. City of Racine did it, and the city council approved it. So they still had that up there. But, the one the sheriff wasn't going to do was the one the governor.
Oh, okay.
declared.
All right.
that's-
There you go.
Yep.
I just.
Yeah, he said he ain't going to enforce it or something.
What are you gonna do?
Sure.
Was a $500 fine for not wearing your mask?
Not even that.
Yeah, and then the Sheriff Beth says, well, whatever it is, if it's the law, I'm enforcing it.
Well, our sheriff and it's first of all, this proposal is only going to be for the city, not the county, because only the city councils would. I mean, we don't need government telling us what to do every single time. I mean, they've done that.
No.
Or just forget it. I mean, it's going to take somebody to say, "Give me my $100 fine." I'm going to go in municipal court. I'm going to say not guilty. I want a jury trial.
Yeah,
The good one I heard, and
Yeah. I want a jury trial.
Go ahead.
I forget where this jurisdiction was, but they were allowing high school sports, and there's a woman. Her kid is on the football team, and she's sitting in the bleachers, and she's not wearing a mask because she has asthma. And she has a note from her doctor and everything to do that. She's sitting there, and she's away from everybody else. And this cop comes up to her and starts, you need to put a mask on. She says, I can't. I have asthma. My doctor told me I can't wear. Well, you need to put a mask on. It's going to arrest her. She ends up tasing this woman. Says, my kid's out there playing football. She ends up tasing this woman. Well, what happens? The electric charge goes through her through the metal bleachers and electrocutes somebody down the way. And then they dragged her out of the field, threw her in her paddy wagon, and hauled her off. So, what kind of frickin' police state are we living in here?
Yeah.
And then they let hordes of people burn down buildings.
Yeah. It's okay to
Somebody
burn down
pulls a
buildings
gun,
and not
they
wear
arrest the
masks.
guy
Well,
with the gun for trying
they
to
all-
protect this property. This is like the reversal world or something.
That's it. Bizarro World. Remember that cartoon they had?
The other side.
Bizarro.
Hey, Captain.
Third planet. What?
You probably know this, but your girlfriend, Barbara Walters.
Which one?
Your girlfriend, Barbara Walters.
You're breaking up really on the phone. On the TV screen, you're okay. Your lips aren't coinciding with your words, but I
There's
can
a-
hear
there's a
every word
delay.
on the TV. You're in and out on this phone of mine.
All right, but I don't.
Wait,
What girlfriend are you talking about?
Barbara Walters.
Try that.
Barbara Wawa?
She turned 91 this week.
Yeah. She's a pretty class act girl, I thought. Yeah.
Hey, you're a Bear fan, aren't
Yeah.
you?
A what?
A Bear fan?
Yes, I am. Yep.
What'd you think?
That's unfortunate.
Gail
I
Sayers.
know it is unfortunate. I wish I wasn't.
Gail Sayers died at 77 this week. What a great
Yeah,
athlete.
pretty young, huh?
Huh?
Yeah. That's pretty young, isn't it?
Well,
77.
it is if you die.
You're only a couple years away,
You
Captain.
die,
That's,
yeah,
that's
well,
why, that's why
yeah.
he's saying that. So.
The end of Looney Tunes, but up and up and up. That's all, folks.
You're in the vicinity. All right, you're going to join us at the conference if you get time?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'll come down there.
Is your buddy Fish
I'll come.
still in town?
Fish, he just left. Yeah, that's why I missed a lot of your show because I was talking to him on my porch. He's getting ready to leave, and you start talking about this and that.
And your friend the murderess, is she still around, or?
I haven't seen her in a while. I got a text from her a few days ago.
It's a woman's prison.
She's real happy because I told her to do something that what you're young.
That's all right. We don't want to. I just.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
big boy. Well, thanks
Yeah.
for calling, and we'll see you this afternoon.
Yeah, Leanne, the lights work. I charged that thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it works. That power pack, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the lights were going for 6 hours, and then I went to sleep, and when I woke up, they were out. But it's all charged up, and the lights work, and it's pretty far out thing.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I think that's,
Yeah.
that's a charger that she
Uh-huh.
has. She'll order in one of your own. So she wanted to test to make sure it worked. That's it.
Oh, yeah, I'll give her some money for whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
500 would
Okay.
seem about right.
Yeah, but, hey, I want to get the projector going because maybe we can watch watch the game tomorrow night. On the
That's why
projector.
the Packer game. I thought they got a night game for that. I was going to ask. I was thinking the same thing,
Night game.
Captain. Great minds think alike. That's,
Oh. All right. See you this afternoon.
Okay.
All right.
See you guys.
All right.
See you, Cooley. Okay. Bye-bye.
That's amazing. This is. How can we have a connection? Bad connection?
No, I think I had the speaker volume up too high, and that made the
Oh.
microphone cut out.
Oh, that could be.
what it
All
was.
right.
So that's why I just turned it down. So I think that made it.
For those that had been trying to file unemployment claims, this just came out. Only 1% of people from Wisconsin.
Less than
1%.
It was a
yeah.
0.5%. That's all it got through. So okay.
3.5. Oh, that's the months. More than 93% or 38 million calls were blocked and met by business signals at the Wisconsin Department of Workforce. And, it took them months and months to get this straightened out. And finally, our governor.
It's not straightened out at all.
No, I know that.
It's still a total cluster. You
okay,
know what?
Okay, Elmo, slow down here. Governor Evers fired the Secretary Caleb Frostman for persistent delays. He should have fired his ass months ago.
Now he's going to put in somebody worse. It's not going to get any
Oh,
better.
is that right?
Well, he's an idiot. So the governor's an idiot. So
At any rate,
he's in his basement playing pickleball. That's all he's doing. So
I heard him on the radio, and I don't want to get into politics, but he's telling everybody.
you ran twice for mayor. So
That's
you know,
why I don't want to go there. But he's on the radio and an ad telling people, well, there's been an up spike in Madison because of the kids coming back. We get that.
Yeah.
But to tell the kids in Madison, don't go to a restaurant, don't go to bars. I mean, if I owned a business in Madison, I'd be living with this guy. And but he's your governor, so.
they're all a bunch of worthless communists in Madison.
All right,
you know
all right. But he did offer some small business loans, and here's the WE. What does that stand for?
WEDC, Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation.
CEO Missy Hughes. Boy, that's a bold name, Missy Hughes.
Yeah. That's a name for a CEO, Missy.
Missy, yeah, that's what caught my eye. For those in Kenosha that were going to vote by absentee ballot, you should have gotten it because they were mailed last Thursday, the 17th. I
That's
got
right.
mine Saturday, and so does it count? Here's how you can do this because I did it today. I voted absentee ballot and took it down to the city hall.
They have an official Dropbox. Stuff.
Exactly, and I took a picture of it and took a picture of my ballot. And today I went online, and to track, you go to what's the name of this place? myvote.wi.gov, and it had tracked all my requests going back to August of 2014, and here it is: completed absentee ballot received September 24th. So it was put in the box on the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
They got it. And this is what you can do to make sure your vote gets
Now there's another website that's after that. It says, well, we received that, but you have to say, your ballot got burnt in a bonfire on SimmonsIsland.com. Okay, that's that's the next one coming up. So
Well, there's got to be, okay, so I think if I go back onto this, no, in all seriousness, it says I've got receipt that they received
Received
it.
it, yeah.
Then there's got to be one more, it was counted.
Right.
When they zing it through the machine, right? So, I just point that out to you because we are full of information here.
Yeah, we're full of it, all right.
A couple minutes left here, almost that
No, we got a lot of time. We got
school board
15 minutes left.
got, I mean, where's Dennis and Sally when we need them? We got the KEA beating, screaming, and then she won't leave the room. She stands there with this picture. You know what? If you don't want to work as a teacher, don't work here. Quit. I mean, you got.
Well, there's long-term ramifications to what's going on here, and it's going to be a great thing because what's going to happen? Our private schools are going to start getting all kinds of people going there, and they're going to say, stop taking the money out of our property taxes because you have no enrollment there. Instead of giving us vouchers for stuff, let us keep our money and send our kids to school, and and take the exempt. If you got a kid in school, exempt that part of our property taxes out of there.
Okay, now you bring up the voucher, and I haven't followed that. It was in the news some years ago that there was a movement to, in this case, if you wanted to send your kid to St. Joe's and opt out of Tremper, they'd give you a voucher for. That's right. Where is that going on now? Or no?
Oh, it still is. You have to get, I think, St. Joe's and Shoreland are accredited. I'm not sure about the others. You have to be accredited to be able to accept vouchers for the program.
So what I understand is when they do this Friday count, which they had a couple weeks ago, and that determines how much money is going to come from the state to the Unified School District, and it turns out our enrollment is down by a couple hundred people. But
no, it's like 1,400.
Okay, so if the cost is, I heard 10,000 a student. Does that sound reasonable? That the state.
Oh, $10,000 a student.
Yeah,
they're paying for this. Okay,
I'm guessing. So it might be between 8 and 10. So if I want to send my kid to Shoreland or St. Joe's, I just take the voucher. That'd be a boom for those places, don't you?
Well, I don't think it covers all the tuition there, but it helps out. But well, the other thing, our lives are in danger because of the virus. Okay, well, we can do, if people want to do, online classes and stuff like that, we can fire 80% of you and 80% of the administrators and sell all the damn buildings. That's it. We're going to cut the budget to the bone after doing that, and you'll be out of work. That's it.
I thought we had Act 10 where there is no teachers union. But why is
No. They have to recertify every year. There still are. Actually, Kenosha's union went away, but then they recertified. In fact, that was a court case because I didn't think you could bring it back in.
Well, for collective bargaining, I know. But we got a call.
Somebody's here. Yeah, I've been ignoring him again.
Oh, sorry.
Good morning. You're in Kenosha today.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Hey, Shirley.
Shirley
I want to ask you a question.
Shirley is gone.
First of all, who is this?
I know, but I'm sure she's still listening. How's that pick for governor working out for you?
It sounds like Paul.
It is.
It is Paul.
We haven't talked to you in a
Paul
while.
from Racine.
Yep.
Hey, great 2020, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like somebody told me, if you ever played golf, you get a mulligan. If you have a wrong way shot, the guy says, I'm going to take a mulligan on this whole year. I'm going to just wake up and change my calendar back to January 1st, and I'm going to start over.
I don't know if we'd want to do that. Let's just try to get through it and move on.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you got a point there. How you been?
It's good to hear you guys. I've been...
Well, I was feeling neglected. I hear you on all these other shows, and
Yeah. Well, I find it interesting how, I had to sit there and listen to 2 years of propaganda about Foxconn and about what a horrible governor Scott Walker was, and lo and behold, Kenosha votes for Tony Evers, and look at the nightmare and the disaster we have now.
That's right.
I mean, just unbelievable. And I'm not even talking about the mask. You know what? If 5%, if it helps even 5 or 3% to wear a mask, I'll do it. You know what I mean? It's the law, whatever. But look at what, it infuriates me when I drive through parts of Kenosha and I see what happened. And the tepid response by the governor. And I'll tell you what, guys, I know a person in city government in Kenosha. And this individual, pretty middle of the road person. And his passion against what the governor did when he came out, at 10:30 on Sunday night with his statement, and then just refusing the president's help to minimize, what they knew was going to happen is just unacceptable. And then Elmo, you mentioned, the people waiting for their benefits since March. Why does it always seem to me like whenever a Democrat's in charge of anything, everything's always screwed up?
Well, they don't know how to run
And I
anything.
think you're-
That's the.
What's
They run good campaigns, but they can't manage stuff once they get in office.
Hey, Paul, I want to change the topic a little bit. You mentioned Foxconn. I don't think, under the terms of their contract, they haven't even come close to fulfilling their obligation.
Sure, yes, they have.
Go ahead.
Well, no, they have enough employees there that they fulfilled the obligation
To get the tax credits?
to get the tax credits.
Oh, I'm going
The
back to a
problem
couple
is they're saying that they changed they're not making the same size screens as what they said they were going to do under the first proposal. Okay, but we still have enough people. The market changes. What are we supposed to do? So
But they have a contract that's still in force, and apparently if you...
Yeah.
I thought it was a
And
pretty good
I'm
contract
thankful-
that protected
look,
everything.
looking back on it, that wasn't, I'll admit, that probably, that was not the governor's finest moment by all means. And it does say something about, supporting local business versus letting a big, foreign interest come in
exactly.
and make all sorts of promises. I will say this, however, I've been lectured for 20 years by people on the left about good paying manufacturing jobs, but with no real plan by anybody on the left to get them here. And we finally have, a person in charge who actually wants to, try to bring manufacturing back, companies, U.S. companies to manufacture in the United States. And so,
Hey, Paul.
time will tell with Foxconn. I mean,
Well, you're a Racine guy. Remember, Racine was known as the machine shop of the world back in.
yeah.
And how many of those companies are left now? Okay.
Hey, Paul, I want to get your
Well,
opinion on three things more. A little history of sports history. You know sports. On this date, in 1961, Roger Maris hit his 60th home run. You remember that?
Sure.
You don't care.
No, I know about it. I wasn't around when it happened, but sure.
Well, all right, here's one last sports thing. You remember the guy that Robert Kraft, that owns the Patriots?
Yep.
And he got charged with
I know.
soliciting.
Robert Happy Ending.
Robert, yeah. You remember that, Dale?
Yeah.
They dropped the charges against him. So here's my question. The guy spends $100,000 in legal fees to avoid a $100 fine. That makes perfect sense to me, doesn't it?
Well, it's got a reputation to maintain.
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
Anyway, Paulie.
like,
Well, look at Mike.
as far as that goes, I mean, again, with the NFL, it's like in all pro sports, except I'm a big race fan, but I'm basically taking it or leaving it. I think getting back to what Elmo said, his point about the teachers, I think holds true for professional sports as well. I mean, if you're going to sit there and not realize that your main purpose is to entertain, but to lecture the rest of us on how we should live our lives, then you will face the law of unintended consequences, which is people are going to ignore you in the case of sports, or you're going to people are just going to do other things. And with regards to Elmo's comments about the teachers, as somebody who works in healthcare, who has a wife who works in healthcare, who's been in contact with people with COVID, and frankly, this isn't our first go-around with viral illnesses, right?
It's been happening for
I'm
years.
Frustrated when I can understand the concern, but then just to basically say, well, we're going to call in sick. I mean, how does that help? How am I supposed to see that and not, and have respect for what they're, for their profession? I mean, they do themselves more harm than good. And I'll tell you, 2020, I had to sit there and watch government here in Racine toast themselves after they passed a $1 billion referendum, not a million, $1 billion, obviously over 30 years. But I think Elmo raises a good point. What are we going to do if, people see this with public education, start moving their kids to private education? I think it's only fair for taxpayers to say, look, you made your choices. I can respect that. We moved on. We want some of our money back. I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm. There you go, Paul. Well, I'm going to have to leave it there. We appreciate your call. Call us again. Nice to talk to you after all these months of...
Glad you found us here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I knew you were there all the time. It's just circumstances didn't allow to call until now. So
all right.
Guys.
Very good.
Have a good day.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See you, Paul.
Yeah, see, we're getting our old folks back in there, so... Yeah, well, we got to do the top 10.
Uh-oh. Gotta get the dingling out.
Written in her home office on the patio here at Barter Manor, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category. The top 10 reasons someone will write a book about you. Seems like everybody got to have a book written about them. Number 10, Richard Nixon is up for re-election. Number 9, Bob Woodward has been nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. Number 8, Michael Cohen was hired to fix my $130,000 bar tab. Number 7, you've been selected to be Nancy Pelosi's new hairdresser. Number 6, well, I'd like to tell all book with that gal, huh?
No. Okay, I kept it
She's
down.
wearing a hazmat suit.
I kept it down.
Number 6, Dr. Anthony Fauci has contracted VD because he didn't wear a mask. Number 5, your niece is now dancing at On the Border. Number 4, Mitch McConnell is badly in need of a fourth chin. Number 3, Stormy Daniels has the code for my garage door opener. Well, I can dream, can't he? Number 2, the 18 interviews you did with John Wilkes Booth was very impressive. And the number 1 reason someone will write a book about you, the art of the deal includes a free Kenosha cabaret license. I'm going to notch that up a little bit. So, well,
Now I think
all right.
Stormy Daniels actually did have your garage door code. That's why you were sick for 2 weeks.
Well, that's my story. I'm staying with it. Hey, let me ask you this: Stormy Daniels comes knocking at your door. You're not going to kick her out. She brings.
Depends on what kind of creepy crawlers she's bringing with her.
I don't care. I'm willing to sacrifice. I have standards, Elmo.
Well, I've got a different blonde lady I have to deal with. That's it. So
We all have crosses to bear. Oh, it's nice to be back and enjoy a great weekend. Bears are on tomorrow afternoon. The Cubs are on tonight against the White Sox, and so are the Brewers. A lot of sports on. And hey, Hallmark announced
big.
40
God.
new Christmas shows.
You gonna watch that LGBT stuff?
Oh.
There we go. Yes, yeah,
And that is going to wrap it up for the September 25th edition of the Kenosha Today Breakfast Club. We want to thank our sponsors, Barter's Financial Planning Services, Kenosha for Open Honest Government, and Charlie B's Kids for Cancer Treatment Foundation. We've been streaming to you live this morning from the Barter Manor studio, located on the corner of Happy and What Went Wrong. And so for Elmo and myself, until we meet again, we thank you for the privilege of your time and have a very safe and pleasant weekend.
too early.
Yeah, maybe you had the speaker up if that's why they're cutting down.
Yeah. to ask me about that.
All I got is $2 cost $1,500 now.
It's unload my current snowblower, I think. This don't work.
Well, this works. This. You go upstairs, I measured it out. Still have some light.
Written by our piano player, Mr. Elmo the Insane.